Dear Esther, the morning after I was washed ashore, salt in my ears, sand in my mouth, and the waves always at my ankles, I felt as though everything had conspired to this one last shipwreck. I remembered nothing but water, stones in my belly and my shoes, threatening to drag me under to where only the most listless of creatures swim.
Welcome and good night. Welcome to a late night playthrough with the ferryman. Tonight we're gonna play Dear Esther. As you can see, this is a very nice game. Very nice game. In case you don't know it, I hope you enjoy. Yeah, this is my very first exclusive video for YouTube. Because I tend to stream on Twitch. That's like my main channel. But I decided to go over to YouTube and try uploading some exclusive content, which is gonna be playthroughs of some games. And since I know you can finish Dear Esther like in one sitting, that's why we're gonna start with this game. So yeah, this game looks beautiful. It's a walking simulator, and yeah, well, in this kind of games you can walk. Got it. Yeah, you mainly walk and explore. Well, you explore all your surroundings mostly. And by doing so, you're gonna trigger some kind of event that's gonna make the plot develop. So, like I said, enjoy. I'm gonna try not to talk too much because sometimes your character, who's a nameless character, is gonna read a letter to Esther. Like we hear at the beginning of the game.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter.
No! Fuck.
Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later.
Huh.
The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Liars. 100 and something years, yes.
When you were born, your mother told me, a hush fell over the delivery room. A great red birthmark covered the left side of your face. No one knew what to say, so you cried to fill the vacuum. I always admired you for that you cried to fill whatever vacuum you found. I began to manufacture vacuums just to enable you to deploy your talent. The birthmark faded by the time you were 6 and had gone completely by the time we met, but your fascination with the empty and its cure remained.
Okay. So yeah, this is basically the whole game. You walk around. It's actually pretty much linear. And every now and then our character is gonna read a piece of a letter.
Reading Donnelly by the weak afternoon sunlight. He landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend, but then he didn't have my reasons.
Yeah, and by the way, I don't know if you saw it at the beginning of the video, but we're playing the PlayStation 4 version of the game. This is Dear Esther Landmark Edition.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Yeah. So like that. That's gonna happen a lot. Not a lot, but a couple of times.
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking. No tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
Yeah, so basically, there are some people this guy talks about that
Dear Esther,
lived
I
on
met Paul.
on the island. Paul.
I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
This hermit, this seer, this distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why, asked the farmers. Why, asked Jakobsen. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted?
Wait, was the voice just different? Is the voice different right now? Okay, but Paul is it's an important part of the plot. It's a very important part of the plot. And the music in this game is on point. Okay. You see the visuals, the atmosphere, the graphic atmosphere, add the music to it, and it's perfect. This is a game that came out years ago. I don't remember exactly when it came out, but it has been a while.
I dreamt I stood in the center of the sun, and the solar radiation cooked my heart from the inside. My teeth will curl and my fingernails fall off into my pockets like loose change.
Yeah.
If I could stomach, I'd eat, but all I seem capable of is salt water. Were the livestock still here, I could turn feral and gorge. I'm as emaciated as a body on a slab, opened up for a premature source of death. I've rowed to this island in a heart without a bottom, all the bacteria of my gut rising up to sing to me.
Sorry for me yawning. Like I said before, this is a late night. A late night playthrough, so it's super late for me. It's like almost 3 a.m. So you can imagine how late it is, or how tired I am. Might be. Yeah. Yeah, like I said before, this is my first video for YouTube exclusively. So I think I'm gonna try to do it like twice a month, like release one of the exclusive videos twice a month. Because my main channel is Twitch. So that's where I do a lot of things. And everything I cannot do there, I'm gonna be doing here. Or games.
Dear Esther,
Oh,
I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
What was I talking about? Yeah. So it's gonna be twice a month, yes, and all the things that I'm not gonna be able to do on Twitch, I'm gonna be doing here. Be it like really short games or rather short games that you can finish most in one sitting or two. That's what I'm gonna be doing here. Because I have so many games and there are so many games I would love to play.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
So yeah, like I said, everything that I'm not able to finish on Twitch, I'm gonna be doing here. Mostly games that I will be able to finish in 1 or 2 sittings.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
And neither did he eat nor drink. Oh yeah, I'm remembering something, so try to remember that sentence in case you don't know the game. Yeah. Yeah, and if you like the video and you would like to do specific games, or if you have any suggestions for games I should play, just let me know. Somehow. Like suggestions of any kind. Or games, that is. And yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do about that. Because, well, there are games, I don't have all the games. I do have a lot of games, yes, but I don't have them all, so... If there are suggestions, I will have to check them up and see if I can, if I do have the game, or if I don't. obviously.
I've begun to climb, away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
Okay, this is weird. The game changes every time you play it. I've played it once or twice. I did a recording earlier this day, but for some reason the video is all fucked up. And in that yarn, if you can call it a yarn, that little house we were there, the part that I examined was some kind of medical
The bothy
stuff.
was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Wow. Well, that sucks for Jacobson. Okay. Weird symbols all over the fucking... Okay, that was creepy. Thought I heard something. Who knows? Maybe it's just from the game and it's like very subtle. It's a very subtle noise. You'll never know.
When the oil lamps ran out, I didn't pick up a torch, but used the moonlight to read by. When I've pulled the last shreds of sense from it, I will throw Donnelly's book from the cliffs and perhaps myself with it. Maybe it will wash back up through the caves and erupt from the spring when the rain comes, making its return to the hermit's cave. Perhaps it will be back on the table when I wake. I think I may have thrown it into the sea several times before.
Okay, there's a sleeping bag. Oh my god. Motherfucking... But yeah. So if you haven't played this game and you're looking for a game that's pretty much chill, you just run, you're safe, nothing can happen to you. If you're looking for a game like that, please give Dear Esther a try. Best using headphones for a more
Jakobsen's
immersive...
ribcage, they told Donnelly, was deformed, the result of some birth defect or perhaps a traumatic injury as a child. Brittle and overblown it was, and desperately light. Perhaps it was this that finally did for him, unable to contain the shattering of his heart. In half-light, his skeleton a discarded prop, a false and calcified seabird.
Oh my god, this is so annoying. Yeah, sorry. What you're not gonna see in this channel are videos that have...
They found Jakobsen in early spring.
A sentence per
Thor
cut.
had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7
Or
months,
cut per
his
sentence.
body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
Dude, the game is different every time you play it. Yeah, like I said, if you're looking for a game...
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped
play
and
this
fell
game.
and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Okay, and this is where the game becomes very trippy. Like, super trippy.
From here, this last time, I have understood there is no turning back. The torch is failing along with my resolve. I can hear the singing of the sea creatures from the passages above me, and they are promising the return of the gulls.
Ah, the caves. Welcome to the caves. Now, first time I played this game, I know that the caves blew me away. Because of all the colors and the shapes and everything you can see here is pretty amazing, pretty well done. Like, I can imagine if this game would have been made like if this game is about to come out this year, would look like 1,000 times better.
There is no other direction,
But
no other exit from this motorway. Speeding past this junction, I saw you waiting at the roadside, a one last drink in your trembled hands.
look at this. It already looks amazing as it is. Yeah, like I said before, we're playing the Landmark Edition. The Landmark Edition is, I think, the version that was released for console only. Might be for PC too. Might have been released for PC as well, but I don't know. I just know that this is the console version. Excuse-moi. Yeah, we're playing this on PlayStation 4. Right? Yeah, look at this, dude. It looks amazing. It's, like, the textures are so beautifully done. Like everything is so beautiful here in this game. Dude, it's amazing. It's just amazing. Yeah, please excuse my randomness. My randomness in regards of commentary. Like I said before, this is my first time making a video exclusively for YouTube. So I need to get used to it. I need to get used to just talk about the game or random stuff, and not expect interaction. You know, since I do live streaming on Twitch, that's a whole different thing. Because you talk and people talk back, so you're having a conversation. But in this case, I'm just playing the game and, well, talking to the camera or talking to the monitor. It feels kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. So, if you're gonna hate, don't do it too hard, because, like I said, it's my first time. Alright, you might have noticed a little cut in the video. That cut means that I paused the recording, pretty much.
I am traveling through my own body,
And,
following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I
gonna
swallow
tell you
fistfuls
what
of
that means.
painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the aerial shining to me through the rocks.
Okay, that means that my fiance sent me a message. I'm sorry. So I can go to help her with our son. So since that has priority, I just send up, take a break from what I'm doing, and then I come back. You know. So if you see that in future videos, then you know what's happening. Again, those symbols, it's super weird. Okay. It's just so you know that it's not the video fucking up. It's just me pausing the recording so I can go and help her. Okay, yeah, oh, by the way, this is not my first video I have uploaded to YouTube. I already have some videos up there. Mostly past streams. So I'm trying to upload streams from video games that have more than one part. There are some highlights too, you know, like one speed run or funny, stupid things that happen in stream too. I also have free music videos from my own music, so if you're interested in that, make sure to check
I will
it out.
hold the hand you offered to me, from the summit down to this well, into the dark waters where the small flowers creep for the sun. Headlights are reflected in your retinas, moonlit in the shadow of the crematorium chimney.
Jesus. But yeah, music, stream related stuff, and exclusive playthroughs of video games. That's all what you're gonna find here. So if you're interested in all that, you know what I have to do, or you could do. Not you have to, but you could do. And yeah, make sure to check out my other channels, my other social media stuff, my Twitch channel, Twitter, and so on. Yeah, the next game, I think I've made up my mind. The next game is gonna be a game I haven't played at all. And that's gonna be The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. That's a game that was recommended to me by a friend, and I haven't come around yet to play that game. So that's gonna be the next game we're gonna play on this channel. Dude, this has a lot of Silent Hill vibes. It's a fucking hospital bed. Some coins on it? This looks like blood, so maybe some blood transfusion. Oh dude, this is super creepy. This is like the creepiest part of the whole game. Because the only thing that happens is you fall down to the water and then you're in some kind of street but underwater. And then you're here again? So it's like super weird. Oh, there we go. But yeah, the Vanishing of Ethan Carter, that's gonna be the next game. Why? Because since I haven't played that game, the reaction is just gonna be different. Way different than the reactions on this game. Because I have played this game before, but since it has been a long time since then, I kind of forgot what really happened. Like, it's coming back, but I kind of forgot what's happening, so, or what happened. So yeah, we're gonna see. Three candles. And now it's night.
I wish I could have known Donnelly in this place. We would have had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I?
Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed the museum under the sea? Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters? Who erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
What? Is he going crazy? Like, really? But look at this. It looks beautiful. It really does.
I returned home with a pocket full of stolen ash. Half of it fell out of my coat and vanished into the car's upholstery. But the rest I carefully stowed away in a box I kept in a drawer by the side of my bed. It was never intended as a meaningful act, but over the years it became a kind of talisman. I'd sit still, quite still for hours, just holding the diminishing powder in my palm and noting its smoothness. In time, we will all be worn down into granules, washed into the sea and dispersed.
I don't know, is it just me? This is now super weird, but is it just me, or can you also smell the surroundings? Like, for me, it's like smelling ocean water, really. Like, you can really smell all the salt and stuff. You know? Okay, wait, the reflection of that candle is a little bit weird. Is that a shadow? Is it? That's a human shape. Who is that supposed to be? Oh, this is weird. Oh, this is weird. And the music is fantastic. So like I said, guys, if you haven't played this game, go into it. Just go and play this game. Do yourself a favor. Just play it. Sit by yourself. It doesn't matter if you're playing this during the day or
Paul,
during the
by
night.
the roadside, by the exit for Damascus, all ticking and cooled, all feathers and remorse, all of these signals routed like traffic through the circuit diagrams of our guts, those badly written boats torn bottomless in the swells, washing us forever ashore.
Oh, he sounds angry. A light from heaven shone around him. Okay. Huh. What's that supposed to mean? Like I said, there are some things I don't remember. I know that at some point this game is super symbolic.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic. and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Oh. That was, oh, that felt weird. That felt super weird. Don't do that. I don't know, but for some reason I would love to be on that island. At the same time, rather not. Okay, on a southern... A light from heaven shone around him. That's the sentence we read just a while back. And he fell to the ground. 3 eggs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles. Okay, that's weird. He fell to the ground. And three eggs. Gonna talk about that in a second, or as soon as we're done with the game. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. And oh my god, thing is, just by playing this game again, I'm realizing things that I didn't realize the first time because of the randomness of some pieces of the letter, some passages of the letter. Because this game has like fixed triggers. Okay. Like very fixed triggers.
The pain in my leg sent me blind for a few minutes as I struggled up the cliff path. I swallowed another handful of painkillers and now I feel almost lucid. The island around me has retreated to a hazed distance, whilst the moon appears to have descended into my palm to guide me. I can see a thick black line of infection reaching for my heart from the waistband of my trousers. Through the fugue, it's all the world like the path I have cut from the lowlands towards the aerial.
Wait, there is someone. There is someone. How do I get there? Okay. Yeah, I'm just realizing things. This is a game you can play like 2, maybe 4 times, and you're still gonna find new stuff.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Oh dear. Unless he was proceeding his journey, on his journey, okay. Yeah, I think this is pretty much the end of the game, if I remember correctly. And this is a great game. This is really a great game. Like I was saying before, if you really want an experience of a game that's super chill, yeah, sometimes a weird atmosphere, but for the most time, like super relaxing. No trick.
If only Donnelly had experienced this. he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Neither did he eat nor drink. That's the thing that was on the ship. And yeah, Donnelly had syphilis. Sucks for him, but like I tried to read that, but it's like that's not really good done, really well done, because you cannot really read what's there.
The stones in my stomach will weigh me down and ensure my descent is true and straight. I will break through the fog of these godforsaken pills and achieve clarity. All my functions are clogged, all my veins are choked. If my leg doesn't rot off before I reach the summit, it will be a miracle. There are 21 connections in the circuit diagram of the anti-lock brakes. There are 21 species of gull inhabiting these islands. It is 21 miles between the Sandford Junction and the turn-off for home. All these things cannot, will not be a coincidence.
21. This is not the first time that he said 21. And there has to be something with the number 21. I don't know what, but there has to be something. Came to pass that as I made my journey, and that's all I could read. So let me check. Dude, having such a bad infection that you can see a black line coming from your waistline towards your heart, that means you're fucked. Like, really bad. It looks so fucking beautiful. The whole game is fantastic. The visuals are amazing, and the music on top of that, it's just like the cherry on top of the cream.
He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. He had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jakobsen back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
Where with me? Came into what? Okay. Damascus. Huh. That's weird. I will have to Google search for all the writings on the walls.
I have run out of places to climb. I will abandon this body and take to the air.
Dear Esther, I have burned the cliffs of Damascus.
Okay,
I've
this
drunk
is-
deep of it.
This is it.
My heart is
That's
my
the game.
leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air.
Ah, the
From
3
this
eggs.
infection, hope. From
The
this
3
island,
eggs.
flight. From this grief,
The light in
love.
the sky. There was a light in the sky. I think. That's the light in the sky that shone around him. And then he fall to the ground. Oh my god. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. It's sad. This is one of the games that does not have a happy ending. Like, at all. Oh, now he's free. Now he can be together with his wife, girlfriend. Oh boy. Yeah, this is surely an experience worth playing. I still do recommend this game to all of you. Oh man, this is sad because what we saw in that place, that wall, the writings, the light shone around him, and he fell to the ground. And then you saw the candles and the nest and the 3 eggs. What happened here was that Paul, the Paul guy he was talking about, he had a car accident with Esther, our character, and yeah, sadly, Esther died. Okay, Esther died due to the accident. Sorry. And yeah, like our character tried to talk to Paul. Paul was still feeling super guilty, and so on and so on. What's sad about all this is that we can assume that Esther was pregnant, and that not only Esther died, but also the unborn child. Hence the 3 eggs in the nest, plus the whole writings about him being surrounded by a light in the sky, which was the mast, and shit. Then he fell to the ground. He committed suicide because he wanted to be again with his wife, girlfriend, whatever you want to call her. That's what happened here. It's a very sad story. All in all, a very good game. I do recommend playing this game. Do it on your own. The best if you have like an hour. If you're playing this for the first time, make sure you have like 1.5 hour, 2 hours to play this game. At least 2 hours. The game is not gonna take you longer than 1.5 hours. Okay, 1.5, 2 hours. If you're really exploring everything, just make sure to take your time the first time, and you can walk a little bit faster the second time around, or the third time around. Just enjoy. Just make sure to enjoy the experience, because it's a very nice experience. Right, again, please excuse the randomness of my thoughts and my commentaries, because I'm used to live streaming. It's a little bit different than just to talk to a camera, or to you guys through a camera, but without interaction, like live interaction. It's still weird. I'm gonna get used to it. Yeah. So other than that, the next game it's gonna be what's his name? The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. That's a game I haven't played yet, so that's gonna be exciting. The reaction is gonna be a whole different thing. Yeah. So if you like the content and if you like the beard, subscribe to the video, like the channel. The link is in the search bar, and if not, click the bell or something like that. Seriously, if you want to support the channel in any possible way, please feel free to do it. Yeah. Make sure to check out my other social media stuff, like Twitter, Twitch. The names are gonna be displayed. Where's this? There, and the other way around there. So feel free to check, and yeah, guys, see you next time with another game. It's gonna be a game I haven't played yet. I'm excited about it. So stay safe, stay awesome, take care. Have a great night, great day, evening, whatever your time zone might be when you watch this video. And well, so exciting. Take care, and make sure to check the other content I have on my channel. So